Trump 2020. I won't unfriend you for who you vote for, but if you feel like you need to unfriend me, go for it. That was on my personal Facebook and I lost quite a few friends, and I'm not mad about it. But more importantly, there are thousands of LGBT people right now living in fear because of tweets like this. First day of the SCOTUS term, and Alito and Thomas call for the overturning of Obergefell, which was the same-sex marriage case in 2015. That didn't take long. The Supreme Court's first day without RGB, and Alito and Thomas are trying to end gay marriage. 29 days. Please vote, everyone. I will say that the Republican Party not updating their website was kind of a dumbass move. And even I was a bit nervous at first. I mean, you see these things online and you're like, oh my god, like, am I gonna lose my rights? Like, it's normal to think that way. So I reached out to my friend Brokeback Patriot David, and he sent me this post from Outspoken's Instagram page, and it says, why same-sex marriage will never be overturned. Courts give weight to precedent. This principle is called stare decisis. The landmark decision to legalize same-sex marriage came from the 2015 Obergefell versus Hodge case, which is the Kim Davis case. President Trump does not support the repeal of gay marriage, saying the issue has been settled already. Overturning the case would create ridiculous amounts of chaos. I've even said this to friends of mine who reached out to me about this. Marriages would be invalidated, everyday rights of inheritance, custody, pensions, tax status, parental rights. I don't think anyone would want any of that chaos. Even the far right-wing conservatives. Even the 2015 argument against same-sex marriage noted how irreversible, if they decided to go through with it, which they did of course, the decision would in fact be. Landmark cases rarely get overturned, even when the losing faction becomes a majority. At least two post-Obergefell decisions have occurred where conservative justices have refrained from such challenges. Pavin versus Smith in 2017, and the Masterpiece Cake Shop versus Colorado Civil Rights Commission, which is when the cake shop didn't want to bake the gays a cake. The American public would hate the resulting chaos. I would agree with this. At the moment, 67% of Americans support same-sex marriage. It is at an all-time high. It's matched the all-time high since May of 2018. And support for same-sex marriage continues to rise among the American people. President Trump himself said he would not support a same-sex marriage repeal. Post-election, President Trump went on 60 Minutes and mentioned the gay marriage legal cases and said, they have been settled. I'm fine with that. David also sent me this tweet of his. The Supreme Court unanimously rejected Kim Davis's appeal to deny marriage licenses to same-sex couples. Unanimously, as in 9 out of 9 judges all voted to support gay marriage. And this is on a number of websites as well. So why the constant fear-mongering, like about our rights being somehow thrown away all of a sudden? Where is this coming from? So let's debunk some of them now, shall we?
Hey, my name is David, also known as Brokeback Patriot on the internet, and here are 5 myths about Donald Trump's record with the LGBT community that have already been debunked. The first one is that he supports workplace discrimination against LGBT people. The truth is, Donald Trump's Supreme Court appointee, Neil Gorsuch, was the one who ruled the majority opinion to pass non-discrimination for LGBT people in the workplace. The next myth that has already been debunked is the transgender ban in the military. Donald Trump banned people from serving in the military who have pre-existing conditions. Gender dysphoria is included as part of that list, but there's also a lot of other reasons why people can't serve in the military. So this isn't specifically against transgender people. It's to enable our military to be the strongest and best possible. The third myth is that Donald Trump does not support same-sex adoption. That is not true. It couldn't be further from the truth. Donald Trump supports religious liberty and religious freedom, which is not the same thing as being anti-gay. The fourth myth is that Donald Trump banned embassies from flying pride flags. That's not true at all. He actually said they could fly pride flags, just not on the same pole as the American flag, because no other flag flies on the pole as the American flag. They fly the pride flag on the pole next to the American flag because it's America first. Especially at our embassies, it's more important than ever. The last myth is that Donald Trump refused visas for same-sex partners of diplomats. That's simply not true. If you're married to your partner, you can get a visa. If you're not, you can't. It's very simple. The rules are the same for straight people, for gay people, for all people. Donald Trump doesn't discriminate against LGBT people. He's for equality for all. We don't want special treatment anyway. We want equality for all. Isn't that the whole point? So next time somebody says that Donald Trump is anti-gay and they bring up any of these myths, give them the facts. Go to getoutspoken.com. These myths have already been debunked, so it's not even a talking point anymore.
Regardless of what a very loud minority of the LGBT community is spewing at the moment, we don't think that a vote for Trump is violence against the LGBT community. And believe it or not, plenty of other gays are waking up to the nonsense of these claims as well. The gay dating app Hornet recently put out a poll to their users, and this is very shocking to me too, but people are waking up. 45% of gay men are now backing Trump based on that poll. Fact check. 20 years ago, LGBT media swooned over Donald Trump's support for gay rights. Why does everybody think he's a homophobe all of a sudden?
I'm Rob Smith, and these are the top 5 ways President Trump has protected LGBT people. Number 1, candidate Trump supported LGBT rights from the get-go. During his time as candidate, President Trump became the first Republican nominee to mention LGBTQ rights in his acceptance speech at the Republican National Convention, stating, "As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect LGBTQ citizens." Number 2, President Trump has taken the lead on increasing HIV support at home and abroad. In 2019, during the State of the Union address, he announced a goal to end the HIV epidemic in the United States within 10 years by providing free PrEP to over 200,000 LGBT people. Number 3, President Trump has brought on LGBT people to positions of power. Since elected, President Trump has selected 5 openly gay people for a position as U.S. ambassador, including Robert Gilchrist, Rick Grenell, Randy Berry, Eric Nelson, and Jeff Daigle. Number 4, the Trump administration has been fighting to decriminalize homosexuality abroad. In September 2019, President Trump gave a speech before the United Nations calling for a global initiative to decriminalize homosexuality in more than 70 countries where it remains illegal. Number 5, Trump's Supreme Court nominee delivered the ruling to prevent LGBT workplace discrimination. Neil Gorsuch safeguarded LGBT rights in 2020. He wrote the majority opinion on a Supreme Court case protecting LGBT people under federal law from workplace discrimination. There you go. 5 ways the Trump administration has protected LGBT people. Bet you didn't see that on the mainstream media.
I hope that cleared a lot of things up for you guys, especially since I know the election is coming in less than 30 days. I'm gonna end the video with this. Dislike Biden or Trump all you want. Just make sure you dislike them for reasons that are factual, for things that they have actually done or not done. Don't go straight to the media, go to the facts, do your research, and go vote. I will see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video, and over on my slug.com page and my OnlyFans. I will see you guys there. Bye. Let me know in the comments who you're voting for, by the way.